Okay, I've got my Gel Magic mixed up in probably about 1.5 ounces, 2 to 1. I'm going to apply a little bit to the ends here, and hopefully not add any more epoxy spots to the shop floor. I'm going to try something else on this side. I'm going to add it to the spot so I'm not spreading it all over the place. And what the heck, add a little bit to the ends too. Make sure you got some visqueen around to keep them dabbling all over the place. And use your putty knife to get the spills and put it in place. It's pretty tenacious stuff and it'll stick where you put it, but it will spread around when you The other thing you want to be doing is adding Gel Magic at this time to any gaps. So just take your putty knife and push it down into the cracks. Get it in there to fill up the holes. Keep adding it until it starts puffing out the other sides when you poke one spot. Scrape up all the little doodads. Okay, almost there. And the Gel Magic, like all epoxies, are gap filling. Okay, I have the cross braces all epoxied in. You can see well, it's not that clear. The pencil bob is still setting on its centerline mark on the daggerboard trunk. The bubbles in the 4-foot level are even, and the bubble in the rear brace of the forward seat is everything removed now. I even took down the pencil bob and the centerline string. I won't need it for a while. The next time I need it will be when I locate the mast, the base of the mast. Now I will be working on fitting the rest of the interior, which basically is the plywood panels. And in order to do that, to get them right, not waste plywood, I cut them out of cardboard. I got some big sheets of cardboard when I picked up my wood down at Eatonsaw in Kent and Port Townsend. So I'll be cutting them into templates for where each of the panels goes, so that I don't waste any plywood. Any gaps I can fill up with easy fill it when I do the fairing in or the filling in of the edges. So that'll be it for this part of the interior. The next is the covering panels. I will do the bow and stern seat first because I got to figure out how I'm going to enclose the daggerboard trunk, because things have changed since I originally thought of what I was going to do. Okay, we've got all our cross members are installed, leveled, trued. Gel Magic has been glued and it's cured now. This has been about 3 days since I've Gel Magic them in. In the meantime, I took some extra 2x2s that I had and then ripped them in half on my bandsaw, tapered an end into them, and if you'll see down here, here's a close-up of the notch that I was talking about that I cut into the wood, and then the cross piece fits in like that. I put a notch into the 2x4 so that it gives something to set in, and then being notched on both ends, it'll kind of wedge itself in. The plywood that I will add layer on either side of these will lean into it, give it some strength vertically, and also the top will span, and I will that'll be gel magic to the 2x2s, the 1/4 inch plywood top seat, and then these will give the seats some extra support. I've got my clamps set up for the right thickness, so that when I take them apart and put the gel magic in, then I will take some black visqueen plastic and wrap around it, and then slip the clamps back on and to hold them in place so I know that they're level on both sides. We'll do that next, and then this should bring this to a close. The next thing I want to start getting into is the plywood sides, where I go in and cut out all the pieces first in cardboard to make certain everything fits, and then I transfer those finished cardboard mock-ups over to plywood, and I also use those then to mark up the measurements I need for the blueprints in order for you to build one of these. So that should do it for the moment.